Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? I know my lighting is not the best in here. Y'all forgive me. This is just a little impromptu recording that I'm doing this morning at 6:49 a.m. this Wednesday morning, the 23rd of September. I just want to come to you to encourage you. For those of you who are concerned about voting on November 3rd because of the crowds and because of the risk of spreading COVID 19, there are those of you who, because of what's going on with the mail system and the slowdown, you may not trust doing absentee ballot voting through mail. In many states, there is another option. I live in the state of Virginia. My wife and I have already voted. Good morning, Crystal Harmon. God bless you, dear. This early in the morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. I just want to encourage all of you. If you live in the state of Virginia, hey, there's early voting. My wife and I have already voted. Uh, Whatever state you're in, this is what I want you to do. If early voting in person is something that is attractive to you, go to your local website, whether it be your local city or your county. You want to get in contact with whoever your voting registrar is. Good morning, Veronica. How you doing, my friend? Um, and find out if, in fact, your locale does have early voting. And if so, you'll need to get the information for the locations. Some places have several locations. Some places may only have one. And find out what the hours are where you can go and you can actually cast your ballot in person. You can do early voting in many, many places. And don't just keep it all to yourself. Make sure you spread this information. I did it on a Friday the 18th in Stafford County, Virginia. It was not a whole lot of people. There was a steady stream. It was moderate. There was never a time that the line was, hanging all around the corner. It was none of that. The atmosphere was nice. We didn't have any crazies. Some of these voting precincts you almost got to kind of fight through, but it wasn't that type of atmosphere at all. And for those of you who have family members who may have physical handicaps, or you got high risk people who are elderly, may not feel comfortable going in. And many of these states, you do have what's called drive up voting. If you don't feel comfortable getting out and going into the building because you fear the spread of COVID 19, many of these places do have drive up voting where you can actually pull up. There will be a member of the voting team from that county or from that precinct that will come to your vehicle, uh, properly verify that you are who you are, and you can actually fill out your ballot right then and there and have your ballot cast. So I came on this morning to encourage all of you. Don't be dismayed about all of the things you may be hearing about voting. Take your vote into your own hand. Educate yourself. It's not about what people tell you. It is about the information that is readily available that you can get for yourself. Okay, so please, you go to your local county or city voting website. Go to that, city of, county of, town of, and go hit that voting link. And there should be some information about early voting. All right. Now, for those of you who have already ordered your absentee ballot and you're going to use the mail system, hey, that's great. That's great. For those of you who are going to wait for election day and cast your ballot in person, hey, great. It's about options. And I just want to make sure that you are aware of your options. And here's something else very important. There are many of you who don't trust that our votes will be properly cast and counted. Well, this is what I say to you: make sure you volunteer to be a poll worker. All right. Please volunteer to be a poll worker uh, uh, so you can be part. of the process, and you can be part of the accountability, and you can be part of the integrity of the voting system. All right. So I'm not sure in your local counties and cities and in your states, what is the cutoff for volunteering. I'm sure there'll be some training that you have to attend, but I would encourage you, hey, you get in there, you be part of the accountability and the integrity, and you volunteer to be a poll worker or at least to do some voter education. And remember, there are many organizations where you are locally that are very heavily involved in voter registration, voter turnout. Hey, make sure you get involved. And if you don't know where to get involved, you can contact me. I got some stuff for you. All right. Also, make sure if there's anybody in your circle of influence that may have had a felony conviction and they have lost their voting rights, every state has a process of where that felon can request to have their not only their voting rights but their civil rights restored. Get yourself wise on those processes in your state and make sure that you can provide that information to somebody, maybe a family member, maybe a friend who has lost their voting rights at some point because of a felony conviction, but has gotten themselves together and they're ready to be a part of the process. And Virginia, the time is right now. If you are a convicted felon in Virginia who is now free and a part of our society, and you desire to have your voting rights and your civil rights restored, you need to be getting on the state of Virginia website, the Secretary of the Commonwealth. I think it's called Vote Now. You can just go to Google, type in restoration of voting rights. It's either Restore Now or Vote Now. I can't remember in the state of Virginia. I should have researched it before I got on. But y'all work with me. Google works. Google works. All right. So we want to make sure that everybody who is eligible to vote will register to vote and then will cast their vote in the various ways that we can cast our vote. I hope this information has been helpful to you. And Veronica, I see you say I'm doing well. Thank you. And so you had to chime in. And yes, you're registered. All right, Miss Veronica, you are registered. Great. And I hope that you will cast that vote. All right. So thank y'all so much for logging in. Please make sure you share this video and share the information. We want people to be a part. And we want you. Make sure you go. If you're concerned about the integrity of this election, you need to be a registered poll worker so you can be a part of that. Okay. So God bless you. You all have a great and mighty day. God bless you. Until next time, may heaven smile upon you. Bye-bye.